It's the FooRcast. With me, Gavin Ford.
Aki.
Double T.
Right, it's just a little bit different this week. A few weeks ago, we talked about how we prepared for Land Beyond Festival. And this week, we're going to watch back Land Beyond Festival because we streamed the whole thing. You can watch it on Tyrone's stream. And I believe this set is on his YouTube. Tyrone 1MC. I think Twitch is just at Tyrone.
Yeah, it is.
It is.
We're going to watch the actual set, but do you want to talk about the day?
So we're going to watch the set back and show what we prepared, how it worked, what worked, what didn't work. The day, it was a lovely day out, wasn't it? We had a lovely day out.
Yeah, I'll tell you what though, remember when I said hoodie is a vital thing? And I think a lot of people failed that day by not bringing a hoodie.
I failed. I was one of those.
Gav's one of them. Because during the day, before our set, it was lovely and warm, wasn't it? And we come off stage, and all of a sudden it got freezing cold.
Yeah, we went on to the stage, and it was boiling, and come off stage, it was freezing.
What had happened was, if you were stage side, the sun had just gone behind the
and
stage,
the wind had picked up a bit.
And the wind had picked up, and from as soon as you were out the sun, it was cold. But if you got into a little bit where there was sun, it was nice and warm.
There was a lot of people saying
I
haven't got a hoodie and it's freezing.
So
I mean,
should have listened to our podcast.
Solid advice there, I'm going to say.
Yeah, Aki was swinging his dick around backstage. Oh, we just did a podcast, and I said. You were really fucking
you, because you were cold, mate.
Anyone that would listen. Shapes, he was telling everyone. He was like, I said, what's the number one thing?
I did, actually.
He did. He was really chucking his weight around backstage.
He said it to me, and I was on that podcast.
Yeah. He was really chucking his weight around backstage.
Did you have a hoodie, though, Owen?
I had a windbreaker, so...
Yeah,
a windbreaker hoodie, yeah.
I didn't. It was really hot.
It was that, but that actually was. Like, people, it's very deceiving. People walk around, it was really warm.
So yeah, that last podcast already paying off. Oh, and you went as a punter.
Yep.
Even though you were backstage with us, listening to Aki chuck his weight about. How was the festival?
It was good. It was smaller than I anticipated. I don't really know what I expected because I'd not been there before, but it was nice little 3-stage setup. The main stage, a tent stage, and then a tiny little stage at the back. I've not done like guest list for a festival before, so me and my girlfriend walked all the way up to the main entrance, up like this hill, and then said, "Oh, we're on the guest list," because I didn't want to go shouting, "Let us in, we're on the list."
Yeah.
And they said, "Oh, you know that hut that you walked past all the way back down there?
Oh, yeah.
We'll go down there." We walked all the way back down past all the people who were walking to the festival, sort of looking at us thinking, did we get kicked out or something? Was all fine. Names were on the list. Thank you for that.
That's all right, mate.
And then we sort of prepared to walk back up this hill to the entrance, and the guy said, no, jump in the buggy. And so we got to do that.
Right, you got buggied off, yeah?
Buggy treatment, yeah.
We didn't even get buggied off.
Oh, we didn't know.
Oh, well done. Well, so there's some festival advice. You get put on a guest list, you don't go to the main door.
Yeah, don't go to the main door unless you
There is a guest list entrance for festivals. I think for every festival. I'm fairly certain.
At least you got some steps in.
Yeah. Yeah, step count.
Take the
Be grateful. So who was your favourite acts at the festival?
My favourite act was FooR.
That's exactly the right answer. Well done.
Seeing Dizzy Rascal was cool. Like, never seen Dizzy Rascal before, and he just played all his bangers. So it was a lot of fun. Brucey was good as well. I feel like I've seen Brucey maybe
we stayed
6-7 times now.
Good, very good.
Crowd was well up for it. It was nice. It was weird because it was such a small site, but it was camping as well. I don't know where I don't know where the campsite was in.
I never knew that. Did you?
I did not know that.
Yeah, I wondered if, because it was 3-day festival, I wondered if 3 days would be, if there's enough in that site for those who camped to have feel like it was worth staying in a field for 2 nights.
So what would you want from if you were camping? What do you want from a festival?
I just it was set up like a day festival. There wasn't much beyond a couple arcade rides and the bars. I don't know what the campsite was like. Maybe the campsite was a motive in itself and people were living it up there.
When you do Reading, when you camp at Reading, is there stuff that carries on? Like if you do Boomtown or Glastonbury and stuff,
there's things like silent discos and I think
Things
Reading does like a cinema as well. But
so you need stuff like that, really.
Yeah.
You can't just do what this is. This is closed. Go to your tent.
Yeah. So I don't really know, but I imagine because it's quite a small festival as well. It's mainly locals there. It was a bit like obviously away from actual Brighton town, but we just got an Uber back and it wasn't too painful. So maybe I don't know. I'm not trying to rebook their festival for them, but I don't know if camping would have been worth it for that weekend.
There you go. We didn't even know it was camping.
Maybe they're just testing it to make it bigger next year.
Yeah, maybe testing the water. Yeah. We went through. We met the day. Well, what our process for getting ready for it? Me and Aki put all tunes together that we liked in a folder. We also created loads of bootlegs and originals that we put in the folder. Then we all met up and then played through them, and it's like, okay, yes, that one, ones we all agreed on, and then you have a playlist of records. And then the next day we met again, which is the day of.
Everyone's had a listen through to the records from each other. Kind of suggestions. Sort of kind of think where things are going to fit. Yeah.
And then we have a record that we start with every set, which is an original that hasn't come out. By having that record, doesn't matter what any DJ does before us.
No.
Because they can't play that, because we're the only people in the world that have it. So if you are a producer, that's invaluable advice.
Yeah, make an intro.
Yeah, and have a record that only you can play. We've always done that, because that takes the pressure off it. No matter what the person does before, the person before us was doing drum and bass, so that resets the rave.
Yeah,
because it went down to 140 BPM. The person before us is playing garage. Then we're not going to play that. No. The record we play is like quite a heavy garage record, but it wouldn't be out of place in a dubstep set, a bassline set. I think and it's heavy enough for a drum and bass crowd to go, okay, the thing. So it is the perfect starting record.
Yeah, for an intro, it suits all kind of genres.
So I guess never bring that record out. Be the next bit of advice.
We have had some people say, "Oh, when's this coming out?" But.
So we knew we were going to start, and then we went through, and then basically there's tunes that Tyrone's going to perform.
Yeah, so we have moments, don't we, throughout the set?
Yeah. So we get some mixes ready that are going to be like double drops or stuff like that, things dropping into other stuff, what we call moments in a set. And then we know that we're going to do those moments. And then that's how you prepare.
Yeah.
And Wavy Soap's going to come on at the end.
Yeah. And in between that, we just go off the cuff, don't we?
And then in between that, it's off the cuff. So we started, so we've watched this set back now. So this is the intro here. Now, we also put a countdown into our intro, because where we're a smaller act and people, might be seeing us for the first time, the stopping and the countdown makes people think something's going to happen, and then Tyrone comes out and does his thing.
It's also a good way to reset as well, isn't it, before you come on?
It's another
we said about that before. I like when a set has a distinctive start and end.
Yeah, it's another reset the rave thing. But weirdly, we said to the guy, look, you don't need to introduce us before we went on. Aki said,
no, I basically said, look, we've got an intro, we've got FooR intro, so we don't need to introduce us. I don't know where we got confused, because we're called Tyrone and FooR, but obviously we are one thing. So he didn't announce us.
So he said, he goes, cool, these guys don't want me to announce them, so I won't announce them. But my guy Tyrone. So we just sit there going, well, this is just weird.
He goes, I'm going to introduce us. I said, no, don't worry, because we've got an intro. It was all like...
Yeah.
But I goes, we got FooR intro. Like, we don't need to be... He goes, oh, okay, cool. Now, whether he assumed that we still wanted him to... It got a bit confused. Yeah. But he introduced Tyrone and not us.
Yeah, so that was a bit odd. But yeah, so we do the intro. Tyrone comes out, and then we play the first record, say, which no one has. And then the second record... we play Prozac, Pump It.
Quick, easy bootleg to get the crowd.
It's a big record. People know it. It's not a big breakdown, so it's quite into the action quickly. And no one played it. We were there for a few hours before. No one had played it previously, so it was the first time they would heard it.
It was a mixed bill, wasn't it? So it did sort of jump from like house to drum and bass to garage. And stuff. So I think you did well to avoid.
That's what it is. Festivals, when you do a main stage, and it's not going to be the same genre all the way through. So it's like.
So no one played that thing. If someone had played it the set before, we would look at moving that, because the second time round is just not going to have the impact that it has first round. Now, as we're watching this bit, so this is basically when we come out. The guys before us, Nathan Dorr was before us, and there was a couple of PAs in between who I'd personally not heard of, so I don't know how big they are, but basically the crowd thinned out after Nathan Dorr. So when we went on, the crowd had thinned out, which you can watch on this thing. So with the moments that we planned, basically all the moments need a crowd. If there's no crowd, all those moments are lost. Like some of it, almost all of them are built off the crowd reciprocating the thing, or the energy of the thing. So we can't do any of these moments until the crowd's built up. So when you watch this set, the first part of it is we playing records and building the crowd up until it's big enough to do the first moment.
Yeah.
That was something I definitely noticed as well. I was stood front of stage on one of the sides, just in front of the barrier, and you did notice after Nathan Dorr, lots of people had gone off probably to get drinks or to get food or whatever. Very quickly, you were drawing people back in. I don't know, probably a mix of the bootlegs. You were doing some quicker transitions at the start, and people probably were feeling that energy.
I think the intro, and also like Tyrone's very good at controlling the crowd. And I feel like people see something. There's something going on.
Yeah,
they don't know who's on. There's something going on the stage. They want to come and see.
He's very energetic.
Yeah.
And so he's moving around, and I think the visual thing on stage is going to help.
Yeah.
Like think people, oh, what's going on? The countdown. All of this is designed to get people's attention because, say, we're not the biggest act in the like. People are like think people. A lot of people will be like, oh, I don't know who FooR are, and then all of a sudden, and then obviously the aim is by the end of it they go, FooR are the best. Just like Owen said, mission accomplished. So yeah, we just playing some bootlegs. I think all this is completely off.
Well, it's good as well because one of my pet peeves at like events is watching the very front row, the people at the barrier, not react to anything at all.
Yeah.
But it looked like the crowd were pretty lively from the front to the back, from where I was at least.
Yeah, that's a good.
Yeah.
And also, like, how we did this one is, I think obviously it was 4 decks, so me and Aki got 2 decks each. And then, well, obviously this bit we just go in between, and I think we have like, I do the moments, so it's like I'm ready to thing, and then Aki, so that way, because obviously, also all moments are like.
Gav's doing the moments, so I'm kind of thinking in my head what songs we can play in between, and.
You mentioned to me that you obviously planned your intro and maybe the song you come out of that with, but did you say that you then switched it up very quickly after that?
Yeah, for the third record, I'm like,
What was that, just on feeling?
Well, yeah, because again, the crowd, you need. There's the idea was to get gassed into Sweet Dreams is the first thing we do, but they have to sing along. There has to be crowd response. There has to be things.
You need to get them ready for it. Yeah, and they weren't quite ready. I think when we first come on.
Here we're playing Shellaverse, which we had no intention of playing. Wasn't even in the folder because we assumed that someone would play it before us, and no one did. So we're there. So like, these are little fucking happy surprises. Because again,
that's a little gift, isn't it? Because that's a song that you can rely on to get a good crowd reaction.
Yeah, and you thought it would have been played before. So yeah, again, and all the moments that we do are obviously quite quick mixing and quite quick interactions and quite concentration. So yeah, Aki prepares the records to come out of it. So we come out of it quite quickly, and whatever's going to come out of it best.
What was the first of the new tracks or new bootlegs that you played?
It was like a neat one.
Yeah.
Did that go down as you had hoped?
Yeah.
Obviously, big vocal, isn't it? So you'd hope
that was the final one. We had to make changes to get ready, so I was a bit worried, but actually it was one of the better ones. Nice. I think it went down.
Also, I've just noticed fantastic shirt I'm wearing.
But no hoodie.
No hoodie, yeah.
Look like you're gonna get.
So
you look like you're gonna
at
get.
this
Looks like
stage,
you're gonna be very cold after the set.
At this stage, fashion-wise, I am killing it. But at the end, I'm going to be.
Yeah. I mean, I'm currently in a t-shirt, but I do have a jacket under the DJ console.
Yeah, so yeah, good fashion update there. And you can see that we've probably picked up about 20% of the crowd at this.
Yeah.
Probably.
Yeah.
Looks at. Or actually,
I think from the stage it never doesn't look.
See, look. This is all crowd response that you need the crowd for, which we didn't have. So we've probably doubled the crowd.
Yeah, but like I say, moments like that, when people are over the sides, maybe just by the vehicle, or they're going, oh, there's something going on main stage, we need to go and check it out. I feel like Tyrone gives us that.
So he can't do the get gas thing without a crowd, and then we drop into the Oh My Days bootleg of
Sweet Dreams.
Sweet Dreams.
classic FooR switch up, that is.
But without the crowd cheering on the drop, this whole thing's just flat. It's just, and this sing along, it's all. And we're going into Virgie. It's into a real. This is like. That's 3 songs in like 45 seconds.
These are kind of tried and tested songs, so you know they're gonna.
Yeah, but you don't want to waste them. You don't want to come out and there's the crowd's not there and you wasted the thing, and then the crowd comes over later and you up the thing. So that's part of the adapting, and then Aki's going to come with. Who knows what? I don't even know what he's going to come with. I can't remember. Do you remember? Oh, this is our first bootleg.
There we go. Yeah.
Yeah.
I knew it was coming up. That's why I asked.
Yeah.
Tyrone's wearing a very bright thing as well, which obviously is good for MCs. So to say visually, then you're not going to miss him. He's purple. That's another fashion update there.
But like you see, he's got good presence. He's moving across, like, it kind of.
Yeah, he's always at the front
attracts
of the
people
stage.
into the stage.
Well, energy's infectious, isn't it? So him dancing around. So as Owen said, the front row dancing's gonna. People behind them are gonna dance. People are gonna.
You can see that with the CO2 cannons there. They fired back onto the stage because of the way the wind was, and that really made me laugh every time because it got worse as the night went on. Brucey had the cannons with t-shirts.
Oh,
and
they
things
come
in
to
them,
t-shirts going back on the stage.
He shot one and it went up and all the way onto the back of the top of the stage,
Which is actually really impressive.
Yeah, whoever was taking down the stage would have got themselves a free Brucey t-shirt.
Nice.
You see a decent sized crowd now, decent bootleg.
Starting to build up a bit. Yeah.
You can flick forward a bit, Dave. Look. Oh, hang on, actually don't. Straight in with the blends.
Look at his little T-Rex hands.
Yeah, my little T-Rex hands.
Is that like a technique, the T-Rex? Is it kind of...
I mean, I think all the best dinosaur DJs do it.
So yeah, this is the first moment, right?
Well, Get Gas thing is a moment. Oh, but yeah, so then we did this mix. This is one of the things worked out.
Dirty Diner.
Yeah. Which...
It's the CO2 cannon firing back onto stage again.
Now this is like... this is what... Tyrone's tune, This Is What I Need, is 125 BPM, which is the slowest record that we play. We use the shutdown thing as our shutdown bootleg as a transition because it doesn't matter on the BPM because of how we do it. Also, shutdown's great for a festival, but we didn't want to play the drop anymore because it is 10 years old, the tune. So when we were in the other room, I was like, what's that tune that goes? I saw a video of, I don't know, someone
playing it.
Jamie Duggan or someone.
I think EZ played it. It went viral.
Yeah, I saw someone playing it and I didn't know. I was going, so we found out what the tune that goes was. And then we figure out how to make it, where to play it to make it drop at the same time. Then we're flicking through some more bootlegs. And then, essentially, watch the whole set back and let us know what you think about it.
This one sounded great as well.
Yeah, this is our Get Out My Head bootleg. Oh! So yeah, then we're going along, and then everything's great. We're having a lovely time. We played pretty much everything we wanted to play.
I think noticeably you guys look like you're having a good time up there as well.
Yeah.
But my girlfriend's only experience of seeing you guys, unfortunately for you guys, was the Make Salisbury rave event. When you were clinging on to life, Gav, because you weren't very well.
I was very ill, yeah.
And she said it's nice seeing them actually have a good time up there.
No, we had a lovely time, didn't we?
Well, yeah, we are, yeah.
Well, there was one bootleg where I think Gav did a full lap of the stage because he got so fired up. It was
I think this is a key though.
Fuller cake one.
If you prepared well, you could enjoy yourself more because you know exactly what's going on. Well, like we said, we know the moments. We know.
Well, look, it's playing. Obviously, we're playing music with our friends. Like we want to do this, so it's. And when it's going well, and you just play records. We're playing stuff off the label. We're playing stuff we've done, old stuff, new stuff. I've got a great shirt on. So again, we wanted to play Gold Dust. This is the Skepsis remix of Gold Dust.
now Skepsis and Window Kid Lose Your Mind because he couldn't release it officially.
No, that was Afterglow. This come out.
Oh, Gold Dust, sorry,
Yeah.
my bad. Because you used
And
to do
Bullet Cake's probably one of my favourite drops of all time.
By the way, that's like 20 years old, but it's still.
Yeah, it still sounds incredible.
Like, if that got released now, everyone would be like, "This is incredible."
So we can't see me running around the stage, but yeah, that's that. But we have the other camera footage, and we'll put a clip of that.
Otherwise, it never.
We will have 2 cameras of me running around, which hopefully we caught, not like that time when Aki fell over and none of the cameras caught it.
Yeah.
But anyway, yeah. So yeah, that's all the moments, and then we brought out Wavy Soph at the end. But that was the only thing we didn't prepare for. Is we knew what Wavy Soph was going to do, what we were going to do with Wavy Soph. But we didn't know how long it lasted. We didn't know when to bring her on. And then it was like getting near the end, and we were going to play O-Dog's record as well, Double T's track.
This is what I was going to ask about, because I don't know how aware people in the crowd would have been, but I knew that you guys said you were going to play all my songs, but I had a feeling you might cut it because it felt like Wavy Soph went, it didn't go long, she just did what she was going to do. And then I think you could see on the side of the stage the other people getting ready to come on, so I thought did the ending feel rushed?
No, because the thing is, when you're doing main stage festival, everything's very on point time-wise, so you've got to make sure we had to fit her in. I don't want to put her on too late and then they want to try and cut.
Well, did we play another one at the end?
Yeah,
we played 3 or 4 songs after.
The Bastille one, or
We Are Young.
We Are Young.
So we were like, okay, we have to make sure she's on because she's come all the way from Essex.
Yeah.
Like, we can't go, actually, we played Owen's record.
Sorry, you can't come on.
So, like, we were prepared for, like, I was like, okay, this might be the end. Also, we didn't figure out the transition between the records. We didn't think, like...
She sounded great, though. I think you could tell she was a bit nervous when she came on, but as soon as she started singing, she was...
No, she's amazing. So we brought her out. That's the thing. We knew we were going to play Owen's song, but then no one came. Like, we were sort of panicked. Right, we thought, make sure I squeeze Owen's track in.
Yeah, but then we still had another.
And then the guy was like, there was no urgency for anyone to go on at all afterwards.
But normally festivals, they're very on point. They normally put a clock.
That's what I wondered, if someone had given you a shout saying like, let's go.
No. On our watch, we were giving ourselves a thing like, make sure we get Owen's track in. And then when we played your track, then we were like looking around like no one was
we're
like,
expecting someone to come on stage. Normally they come on stage and go 1 minute, that's it.
All the people at the side of the stage were still stood there. Like
none of that happens. We probably could have played an extra 20 minutes, to be fair.
Yeah, but it worked out good.
Yeah.
Soph was great. Your records.
We managed to get everything in we needed, and it all sounded great.
So watch this. A lot of the sets on YouTube. On Tyrone's YouTube, we're going to put some up clips. If you were there, let us know what you think. If you watch the stream, let us know what you think.
Let us know what you think, what records work, what ones you enjoyed, which ones.
Yeah, we'll get some clips of these bootlegs up as well. And I think I enjoyed reliving this. We had a lovely day out, didn't we?
We had a lovely day, and what did we learn?
We'll bring a jacket. Bring a hoodie. That, to be honest, it is solid advice. We gave advice about what to bring to a festival, and we lived it the week after.
Yeah, you didn't take my advice, did you?
I didn't take his advice, and it kills it because you can't stay. You just physically can't.
Yeah. I was going to ask though. You've obviously been many festivals and film parts along the way. What was it like having everything filmed from the moment you left till? So even after.
We had some great content in the van, didn't we? Like
I was watching that while we were travelling over.
So everyone. To everyone, we streamed from meeting here to getting the records ready, working out the records we're going to do, these moments and the order. We did all of that, so we filmed that, and then the journey up in the car, drinking in the car, before going around the festival thing. Everything was filmed for the stream, and it's all on. Is it all on YouTube, Dave? All on YouTube, all on Twitch.
It's cut down a bit, but if you want to see the whole thing, I think it will be up for maybe another week or so. The full 5-hour stream is still on Tyrone's Twitch. Yeah, and we'll do other gigs as well. We'll do that, but it was it was good. It was good. Obviously, you're very aware of it at first, and then you think, well, if you go quiet, you think this is going to be rubbish for people to watch, and then we had this massive buzz ball
They're not the little buzzballs, there's the big buzzball. We're drinking that.
This drink's that's too crazy, isn't it?
And then the next minute, we're having 100 men versus one gorilla argument. And I'm saying I'd take the gorilla by myself. And there was a geezer from Tottenham once knocked out a horse.
And then
and I'd tire out the gorilla, I'd dance round him, I'd take him in the 12th round. And I'm like, I woke up the next day and thought, oh God, that's a terrible thing to say in front of thousands of people, isn't it? Recorded forever. What if a gorilla sees it and calls me out?
Then we had a Gav lookalike contest. There was lots of them coming in.
Oh, yeah, people saying all the people I look like.
Andrew Tate, etc.
Andrew Tate, Johnny Sins. I don't know who Johnny Sins is, but...
And then we had a little MC battle, didn't we, in the back?
Yeah.
And like...
That was good, yeah.
Yeah, I think people enjoyed that.
And we played some songs. To be honest, we did pretty much the same stuff that we do on the way to gigs. Like,
I was thinking, we're in the van. This is an hour and 20 minutes minimum drive. I'm thinking, what are we going to... But actually just...
Yeah,
flowed really well.
But that is what we do all the time when we're not streaming. Apart from obviously saying all the people I look like, we don't do that. But everything else, like it was just it was natural and it was good. So yeah, no, it's a great experience, and yeah, we'll definitely be doing that again.
Yeah.
All right. Well, yeah. Thanks for watching this. If you watched the set live or otherwise, let us know what you thought. Any other questions? Let us know. What up?